Tonight on Let's Talk Live, we'll talk about the possible cameras on King Road, and we'll finish up our Sorting the Theories presentation. Let's get into this. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Let's Talk Live podcast. This is episode 12, and it is, what night is it? Oh God, I forgot what day it is. Oh no, I literally forgot what day it is. It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday, June 20th, 2023. I want to welcome everybody back in for the live show. If you're watching this right now, we are live. And if you watch this on replay, go down there in the comments section and put in the hashtag replay. What we do with these live streams, download them, we re-upload them at a later date. See, the chat is filling up. We're very, very excited to get to our part 2 of Sorting the Theories interactive presentation. We had an amazing night a couple of nights ago here. I hope you were all able to make that part 1. If you haven't, you can go back there and watch part 1 of what we were actually doing. But if you're here now, you know that we're going to conclude this evening. And of course, I can't do this alone. Again, I have to bring in my bestie, my co-host. Laura is in the house. How are you doing, Laura?
I'm doing great. How about you, Brian?
I'm well. We had some new legal documents dropped today. We're probably going to do a stream about that in a couple of days once we sort through all that information. But tonight, I'm super excited. We're going to do part 2 to our live audience presentation. It was very successful this past Sunday. We did it Sunday. Very successful in part 1. It was a little long and antiquated, but we got through it, and that audience presentation was amazing. What did you think about it?
I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I was thinking about it since we closed up on Sunday night, and I'm glad we get to finish it off. And who knows, maybe we'll try to do something weekly like this.
Yeah, I really like this aspect, kind of this sorting the theories, making these, these shows interactive. Maybe we can pick like a certain night where we do something like this, like a Saturday or a Sunday night. Everybody in the chat really seemed to like that. We had some really great feedback on it as well. And it was just a very successful, fun interactive stream where everybody could get involved. And I had a great time, and it was just great having you here to do that as well. So thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
Cool. So, a couple of days ago, I came across a video from the channel, The Mob Crew, and it's Chris over at The Mob Crew. And he had this very interesting video about some possible camera angles on King Road and where cameras could have been positioned that awful night that happened on King Road. And I found this video super interesting because a couple of weeks prior to that, I remember we were having kind of our, behind the scenes, conversations. You know, a lot of us, our mods, will get in kind of a group chat, and we'll talk about all things kind of current Idaho, or maybe some shows that we're planning. And we actually pulled up Google Earth that evening, and we were able to look at it and actually travel down King Road itself. And then, you know, we were kind of trying to outline what is the possible ways that you know, the alleged suspect could have traveled up the road. Where could he have parked? And we were able to go around all in that area free and clear. Now, we did see that some of the houses were blurred out, but we could still get access down in and around the King Road residence. I think we kind of ended that session maybe about a week or two later. We went back on Google and looked and was like, oh, wow, there's a lot more positions that are blurred out, and we can't get down close to the King Road house anymore. And then I came across this video, like I said, on the Mob Crew, and he did a fantastic presentation. I have to say, I got to give Chris a huge shout out, because I am not one to sit and try to film videos like that, cut it together, edit it. It just takes me way too long. I perform better in the live. And I just thought this video was amazing.
It's
and
fantastic.
I want to play this. What a night. What's that, Laura?
It's fantastic. I really
Yeah, it's really good. We're going to pull that up and play through it and just have a little bit of conversation to kind of warm up the show. And then for the second part of the show, we're going to get through the second part of our visual interactive presentation. So let's pull that up. Again, it's Chris over at the Mob Crew. He does some really great work over there. And the title of this video is Multiple Camera Footage. What do we know? And this is the thing that I want people to really recognize and understand, is that there is going to be a lot more evidence that comes out in this trial. And what he did and put this presentation together makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. So let's play through this.
What's up, Mob Crew? I'm Chris. In today's video, I've got some interesting things that I found in the Idaho student case. While looking at the probable cause affidavit, I noticed that they had recovered multiple surveillance videos from the nearby area, which captured the suspect's vehicle and more. But where are these cameras located, and what kind of quality can we expect to see? Well, we'll go over that and much more in today's video.
It's going to cut to the music.
Back November 13th, 2022. 4 students would sadly have their lives cut short as a terrible monster would come into their home on 1122 King Street and quickly dispatch of the 4 students with a K-bar knife just shortly after 4 a.m. in the morning. The alleged suspect would be caught nearly 6 weeks later. Bryan C. Kohberger, just 28 years old, a college student living in Pullman, Washington, who studied in criminal arts and psychology, would be arrested and charged for the 4 student homicides. Later on, they would release a probable cause affidavit revealing how they linked Kohberger to the quadruple homicide and the supposed breadcrumbs he left behind. One of the things mentioned in the affidavit is actual footage taken from several security cameras in the nearby area. Not only did they retrieve footage from businesses, but they also did a video canvass of the neighborhood looking for any security cameras near the King Road residence. Not only did they recover footage, but according to the affidavit, they recovered footage from multiple residences. According to the affidavit, suspect vehicle 1 is seen driving past the King Road residence almost an hour before the quadruple homicide. They even know that the suspect drove up to 1122 King Road residence multiple times, one time turning around and driving back to Queen Road, going up Queen Road and making a 3-point turn, and then coming back. So this would mean at the very least they have 2 cameras with 2 different perspectives to cover that much ground. Also note that in the affidavit they mix up King and Queen Street. But not to make it confusing, I will refer to it as it is in the affidavit. So where are these cameras located, and what kind of quality can we expect to see?
Part is super, super interesting. Pay attention to these camera positions.
Well, on this channel, we have covered this case and talked about one of the security cameras before, and that is this light bulb security camera placed outside this home facing west. This home is pretty much the closest and just directly northwest of the King Road residence. But there's a problem. The camera is pointing basically west, away from the former student's residence. But this camera is motion sensitive with 360 capability. It would have made sense for it to capture the suspect driving up to the intersection of Queen and King, and possibly even been able to capture the suspect's vehicle going up the side street where the suspect made a 3-point turn. But it certainly wouldn't have been able to see what the suspect's car did after the car passes the home going east in front of the former student's home, which means there's more than one camera footage that was seized nearby. But before we talk about the next one, I wanted to mention some interesting things about this home. When this all started, many sleuths took to Google Maps to see the location and area.
Laura, that's not the panty house, is it?
No, I believe the quote unquote panty house is this ranch. The ranch is on the other side of the ranch going up the hill.
Where my pointer is, right? Right
yeah,
here.
It's above that, yeah. So it's just out of view.
Okay.
Area, which originally Google did drive down this residence, and you could view the King Road residence. These pictures were taken from the year prior. But shortly after the homicides, they ended up blurring the King Road residence, but you could still go up and down the street on Google.
And that's what I was talking about. When we had that chat where the apartments are up to the right, that brick apartment building, we could drive up straight up into that driveway. It would only let you get to a certain point, but we were able to drive up there. And then when we revisited a couple of weeks, I was like, oh, you can't go down that road anymore. Interesting.
But what's really odd is that a few weeks later, they would blur this house, which coincidentally is the house with the light bulb camera. And another thing I found interesting is that this picture that was taken later that day of the homicides, where we can see the officers clearly canvassing the neighborhood. Well, a week or so after the homicide, a news reporter did a drive from the grub truck location on Main Street to the King Road residence to see how long it would take to drive. And as she passes the home with the light bulb camera, as she's passing it, you can clearly see that the black light bulb camera is now gone. Now keep
out the conspiracy theorists.
Keep in mind, this is only a week or so after the homicides, and supposedly there is a killer on the loose. So why would they take their camera down unless it was confiscated by law enforcement? At first, it seems odd. Why wouldn't they just take the memory card from the camera? But I believe law enforcement took the entire device, security camera and all, to make sure that they didn't corrupt the footage.
Logic.
By taking out the little micro SD card, which could easily have been lost or misplaced. But this camera was clearly not the only one. There had to have been another camera pointing towards the King Road residence. Considering in the affidavit, they know that the vehicle drove all the way up east past the King Road residence, and it's likely the suspect parked in a side parking lot just south of the home where the suspect would be able to gain quick access to the back porch. Clearly, for them to state this in the affidavit would mean there's only a couple of other spots where this other security camera could have been located. Either there is a camera at the Queen Road apartments directly east of the student's home, but that seems unlikely. The other two spots would be a residence off the Queen Road facing east, which is possible, but I believe the most likely spot would be at these residential homes, almost directly across from the King Road residence. And something that would possibly add weight to this theory is the fact that Google has now blurred these exact homes. There are no other homes that I know of that have been blurred on this street, and I find it odd. What's the coincidence that the only other house to be blurred besides the King Road residence is the one we know for sure had the security camera?
There's another house as well, too.
So the big question is, what can we expect from the security footage? Considering there are so many types, with some having absolutely terrible quality to actual full color night mode in HD. Well, after studying this light bulb camera at the house west of the King Road residence, although I'm not 100%, I believe this is the brand of the light bulb, as I believe it matches up with this one, and it's pointed down just a bit. This camera offers night vision mode in 1080p quality. Although there are better ones out there, this is what we can expect. We should get a decent picture, but we won't be able to tell the actual color of things, as this particular camera doesn't have color night mode. It does have audio as well, which most cameras do these days. And I'm going to guess this is the camera that captured the audio of the actual homicide. But clearly there's at least another camera that captured the suspect's vehicle driving past the King Road residence. And perhaps it's possible that this other camera offers color night mode, which offers better results. But either way, most of the latest security cameras come with nighttime mode and 1080p quality, which means at the very least, we should be able to tell the make and model of the vehicle. But other things might be a little bit harder to see, like the actual occupants of the vehicle and or the license plate. And in my opinion, going off the Murdoch case, we know cameras don't lie, and I think this could be the smoking gun that either hurts or helps this case. Bryan Kohberger's trial is set for October, but some feel this is really just a placeholder, and the trial may not start until next year.
Right.
But either way, we will update you on the latest. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
That's a great video, but
that is a great video. That's
so I just want to ask.
Camera. That's the same camera I found when I searched online too.
Yeah, I want to show you something else too that I found interesting that he kind of missed in the video, and I'm going to ask Denise why. Why do you question law enforcement? You can drop that in the chat. Okay, so she says Kohberger is innocent until proven guilty. He's only accused, but public opinion has already convicted Bryan, and that's not fair. Well, if it's the first time we're actually watching this channel, we've said all along here on this channel exactly what you just said. Bryan Kohberger is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. But in my opinion, my panel's opinion, and most of the people that watch this channel, because we read through the evidence, that the evidence is very strong against Bryan Kohberger. That's kind of how I stand here on the channel. So I don't know if that's going to ruin your day, but that's how we feel. Here's something that I wanted to show you too that I found very interesting. So I'm going to take you right here. Here's the two houses he was talking about. Let me spin you around here though. Look at that. Could there possibly a camera position here as well?
Very possible.
Because I found that, and I noticed they didn't mention that in the video. And again, you know, you can't go up into this area in that apartment building, the brick apartment building. Just weeks ago, we were able to travel up here right into that apartment building, and I found that very interesting that this position was blurred. So I mean, yeah, it could be something where someone asked to be blocked out, but I don't know. I think this would lead me more in the direction that there's something more pertinent to this case in these positions. That's why they've been blurred. And we know the conspiracy theories about this too. Look at it, it's drugs. They hung shoes on the wires. Well, maybe you think 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it's a memorial for the victims. We ever think about that? But yeah, I'm thinking this position here is something of significant in this case as well too. Probably a camera. What do you think, Laura?
I would imagine that this is the cameras, and they just don't want anybody to know exactly where they got footage from.
Sure. I think there's going to be a lot more camera footage than we think that comes out. I mean, everybody nowadays seems to have a camera everywhere. A Ring camera, you know, one of those light bulb cams, stuff like that. So interesting stuff. And just wanted to kind of bring some light to that to open the show. All right. Are we ready for our interactive presentation of Sorting the Theories Part 2?
We are.
All right. So the way that this is going to work is, if you missed part 1, what we're going to do is, I'll just give kind of a background. In one of the Facebook groups, there was a member in there. I forget what it was. It's one of the larger Idaho ones that had like 100,000 excuse me, 100,000 people in it or something like that. And they posted these kind of statements that said, what the hell was it? Unpopular opinions that eventually will be revealed as truth. And what we did was we kind of played this interactive presentation where, you know, you would use we were doing a vote at the top of the chat. It's an interactive vote. And then we kind of read the statement, and then the audience votes just to gauge where everybody feels in this case. So let me bring up the presentation here. That's my audience window. Perfect. So this is kind of where we were last time. And we left off, and we had a viewer that said, hey, could you number the questions or the statements? And I said, absolutely. It makes it a lot easier for everybody to kind of see what we're doing here. Yeah, Justin said he loved it. He said, great show. And it was great. And OCD loved the presentation. So I think we can probably do some more. And I'll let everybody know we are the first here to do one of these. So if the other channels start doing them, you saw it here first. You saw it here first. All right. So let's do this. Or let's start on. Are you in there so you can drag over?
I'm in here.
All right. So what we're going to do is start off on 21. And what I'm going to do is every time we read a new statement or opinion, we're going to have a vote at the top of the chat. I need everybody to vote. So we're on question 21. So if you agree, you're going to vote A. If you disagree, you're going to vote D. And then a maybe is going to be M. So I'm going to start the vote here, and I will read the first one. So Dylan wasn't ever frozen in fear. She only froze in surprise momentarily when she saw something unexpected, then closed and locked the door so her roommates, quote, friends, wouldn't accidentally walk in on her. So if you agree on that, you can vote at the top, A for agree. If you disagree, you can hit D. And if you think it's a maybe, then hit a maybe. We got recognize this super sticker. Brenda has given a $3 super sticker. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you so much. So we'll let the vote go. You can vote there at the top. We'll let this vote go for a couple more seconds. And if you haven't already, please make sure to smash that like button. We really would appreciate it.
Smash, smash, smash.
Thank you so much, Brenda, for that super sticker. I appreciate you. We'll let this vote go for a little bit more. We got 33, 34 votes. Come on, get your votes up there. Wow, this is going to be a real split one, Laura. You might have to be the tiebreaker on this one. And then when I ring the bell, the vote is up. We'll end the poll and get the results. We'll give it about 10 more seconds.
Oh.
And I'm going to close that one down. Okay, 39% agree, 33% disagree, and 27% maybe.
I think this is just a bad question.
So we just do a maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's too many qualifiers in this one, but that's okay.
We'll do a maybe. Now, again, we didn't come up with these. We kind of screenshot them. This was someone's presentation they had, but we wanted to make kind of an interactive presentation and get the audience perspective on this to see where everybody kind of feels in some of these theories and opinions that have been out there. And believe me, these have all been discussed. They've all been across all of the channels. They've all been across the mainstream media. So it's nothing new here, but we're just trying to see where everybody gauges their thoughts on this. So Vivian has contributed a $2 super sticker. Thank you, Vivian. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. All right, let's get to the next one. You want to read this one, Laura?
Yes, let me get to the right tab.
No
Okay, number 22, the surviving roommates slept in until around 11:30 a.m.
And the poll is up. Everybody can vote there. Cast your votes. Yeah, I think it's just easier if we give it a maybe. We'll just give it a maybe. All right. The votes are, I wish I had like some music while everybody's voting. Can we play some music?
Like Jeopardy? Oh.
Is that good?
Sure. But it's a little daunting.
It's too daunting?
It's a little daunting.
Okay, we won't play it.
Liar.
All right. A couple more seconds on this one, and then we're going to end the poll. 46 votes, so vote at the top. There's 130 people watching. You can't vote. Come on. Let's make this interactive. All right, a couple more seconds. All right, we're going to end that one up. We got 57% disagree.
There we
57%
go.
disagree. Victorine has chimed in, a loyal supporter of the channel, always here first in the chat. Says, on the way to 10,000 subscribers, hit the like. Thanks. Thank you so much, Victorine. We love you and respect you, and thank you so much. You have been a huge supporter since like day one here on the channel. All right. Next one here is the surviving roommates thought Xana and Ethan were passed out in their room, so they called friends over to help to get into the room because the door was locked. And I'm sorry, what was that question? What?
23.
All right. Vote is coming out. Vote is out there. Cast your votes at the top. Yeah, we need a Jeopardy. I wish I could play it, but I can't. Maybe next time I'll load like some soft music so we can play some soft music next time. And let's see. We got 42 votes, 44 votes. We'll go a couple more seconds on this one. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you. Yeah. All right. We're going to end this one. 54% disagree. 54% disagree. 54% disagree. What do we got? Q24. Agree. Disagree. Still with me, Laura? Oh, all right. She had to just step out for a minute. I will start the next one. Not a problem. All right. So we're going to read through the next one here. The surviving roommates. Actually, we got through that. So question 24, when Laura comes back, she'll put the placeholder in there. It was a disagree. So remember that. So question 24 or opinion 24, 911 was called less than 30 minutes after the surviving roommates woke up. I'm going to ask the community. Vote is at the top. Cast your vote. We'll make sure we put that place marker in for 23 after.
Okay, yes. 23 was a disagree, right?
Yep.
Yep, I was listening. I was just taking care of some things quick.
No problem. We're good. Not a problem. Barry White. I know. I wish I could play I wish I could play music that was YouTube friendly, but they whack you with copyright strikes like all the time. It's just stupid. All right, we're going to wait a couple more seconds on this one. I think we got an overwhelming response. 50 votes on this one. We're going to wrap that one up. End it. 69% disagree. 69% disagree.
Ooh.
All right, 25. Q25. If you want to read it,
Sure. There was little to no blood found outside of Xana's room on the second floor to alarm the surviving witnesses or the friends who came to help. Little to no blood outside Xana's room.
Vote at the top. Vote at the top. Tsunami says, just play the music backwards. That's great. Well, yeah, I don't know. Then they might say it's the devil's music. It's the devil's music. My laugh working? So soft. Oh, this one's 52 votes. 52 votes, 53 votes. Vote at the top. We're going to give this a couple more seconds. End it. 53% disagree. 53% disagree. All right. Where are we at? Q26. So Q20. The crime scene wasn't contaminated, nor was it cleaned up the following morning. The crime scene wasn't contaminated, nor was it cleaned up the following morning. You can vote there at the top. Yeah, beautiful says she can call in and just push buttons on her phone to make up the tunes. I like that. I like that. We could do that. Yeah, we need like some music. I definitely think we need some music. Let me see what I can come up with here. Oh boy. Fall asleep on me?
No, I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
Sure?
100%.
I'm just
fabulous.
You're fabulous? I'm
fabulous.
picking up. I'm just picking up. Yeah. Lord, I'm not feeling well tonight. Let's see. I'm trying to find some music. What's this? Hang on. Give me 2 seconds. That one's a little too. I wish I could find my classical music like I used to use. That was fun.
Classical's always good.
Yeah, I might be able to find it here in a second. Let me see. I know I'm this is not like the best thing I should be doing on stream. All right, we won't worry about that right now. All right, let's close this vote down. Vote is closed. 60% disagree. 60% disagree. All right. 27. Q27. Agree, disagree, and a maybe. All right. No one in the house was trying to hide evidence that morning. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting.
That's a
all right. Vote is at the top. Do your thing. 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 This one will be interesting, I think.
Absolutely.
I think the audience answer will be interesting on this one. Don't make noises with your mouth. We don't like that. I always get that too. Stop making noises with your mouth. I've been saucy the last couple of streams, Laura.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to end this one up. Let's see. Whoa. 47% disagree. 47% disagree.
Oh.
I thought it was going to be a little bit more of the agreeing side lately, knowing how everybody kind of stands with this.
That one's kind of tough.
Yeah. Oh, well, the audience has spoke. The audience has spoke. All right.
Yeah, if we split the maybes down the middle, it's still disagree. So
next one, 28. That was not blood on the kitchen cabinet. That was not blood on the kitchen cabinet. That was not blood on the kitchen cabinet. This will be interesting too, I think. That was not blood on the kitchen cabinet. What's this? Ah, there we go.
Oh.
Music. Ready? I'm gonna play some soft in the background here while we.
Okay.
Is that better? That's voting music, right? All right. 41% agree. 41
That one's way too.
agree. What's that?
That one's way too close.
Carrie's liking the tunes. Everybody's liking the tunes. Cool. Love says, are you trying to seduce me? Reba singing the support background. I love it. I love the chat. All right. Let's do the next one. I love it. I love this interactive chat. It's great. See, I come up with some good ideas sometime. It's just I don't like when people steal my shit. Looking back. Everybody did the looking back series. I love it. We got to look back. We always got to go back to the beginning. Gee, I wonder who did that first. Anyway, I digress. All right, 29. That was blood under Xana's room outside. That was blood. Brenda was saying she was thinking the same thing. All right, let's get the voting music going.
Let's see what this one brings.
Music too loud?
Well, I think it's good.
All right. We'll give this a couple more seconds. Gee, I could go to sleep right now. All right. We're going to end that one up. Polls ended.
Oh.
Ooh, 74% agree. 74% agree. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
I went too quick on the slide.
Oh, it's okay.
All right.
Agree in.
Number 30. These are long ones. Oh boy. All right. You ready? You ready for some feed here?
Oh.
Question 30. Question 30. Q30. All right, everybody. Kohberger wasn't wearing the knife sheath. He was unfamiliar with the type of knife and was using the sheath like it was just a knife cover. That's why he set it down and forgot about it until it was too late.
Ooh.
This is the voting music again. Suggestion: repeat the questions at least once. While they're on the screen, you can see them there, but I'll do it again. Kohberger wasn't wearing the knife sheath. He was unfamiliar with the type of knife, so using the sheath like it was just a knife cover. That's why he sat it down and forgot about it until late. It was too late. Brooke says she loves this idea. Thank you, Brooke. We try to come up with some new ideas. All right. I'm going to end that chat. The poll comes in, and it is 51% agree. 51% agree.
Yeah, that's barely an agree, but okay. Yeah.
All right. Moving along. Question 31. Kohberger wasn't on investigators' radar until late December, a couple of days before they got the cell phone warrant on December 23rd. Kohberger wasn't on investigators' radar until late December, a couple of days before they got the cell phone warrant on December 23rd. Vivian likes the music. Great. Everybody's loving this, Laura.
I know.
It's a good thing. We like the audience participation.
It's a good time.
It is a good time. I mean, listen, I want to stop this really quick. Let's keep in mind, we're keeping this incredibly respectful. The reason we're doing this is an interactive presentation. We can get the audience participation to sort out some of the theories that are put out there. I'm doing this in fully respect. And, we're just trying to keep that super respectful. It's nothing that hasn't been put out there, believe me. These are all things that have been said in the media, on other YouTube channels or Facebook groups, etc. So it's just gauging really where everybody kind of stands on this stuff. All right, we're going to end that one. %51 disagree. All right. Where are we at? Q32?
Q32.
Q32. I think we're going to be able to get through this whole thing tonight.
Absolutely. We're making good time.
Yeah, we are making good time. Last time was a little choppy, I think.
It was new to us.
Yeah. All right. So question 32. The WSU tips that came in on or around November 29th didn't immediately raise red flags for investigators because they were still looking for a 2011-2013 until sometime after December 15th. I think that means the white Hyundai Elantra. So I'll read this again. The WSU tips that came in on or around November 29th didn't immediately raise red flags for investigators because they were still looking for a 2011-2013 white Hyundai Elantra until sometime after December 15th. So we'll give everybody a couple minutes on this one, or seconds. So Lady P's asking where these questions came from. You want to answer that one, Laura?
Yes, from a Facebook group. One of the members of the Facebook group, I think it was the Idaho case group, posted all these theories that it'll probably come out, but unpopular theories. And so we saw these and we were really chatting about it, and we're like, well, what do you think the audience would think of all of it? And so that's where we came up with it.
Yeah, we kind of came up with this interactive presentation to get everybody involved, because we really like audience participation, because that's what makes these live streams, come alive. This channel doesn't flow without a live chat. Believe me, you all mold and make this channel. The Wandering Orphan says, keep it going. I already canceled my plans, y'all. We love that. We love that. All right, let's end this poll here. Okay. Ooh, 44% disagree. 44% disagree.
40% agree.
15% maybe. Your call.
I think it's going to have to be a maybe.
Okay. Q34. You are the tiebreaker. Okay, here we go. I will read it and then I will read it again. So the fact that he, meaning I think Bryan Kohberger, the fact that he didn't have a front license plate on his car was a significant factor for him becoming a person of interest, because the car seen in the video footage appeared to also not have a front license plate. The fact that Brian BK didn't have a front license plate on his car was a significant factor for him becoming a person of interest, because the car seen in the video appeared to not also have a front license plate. Sally says she.
Did you combine two?
Nope. That was it.
Did we skip 34?
That's 34.
Did we skip 33?
Nope. That was the one that you put in. It was supposed to be a maybe.
What was 32? Because they're both WSU tips.
Oh, I missed 33. I apologize. We'll go back to it after this one.
Okay,
Sorry.
so we are on 34.
Yep. I was corrected. Yep. Everybody, I'm not perfect. Believe me, I screw things up. Sorry. We'll go back to 33. Thank you for calling that out, everybody. All right, I got it. Justin says it's hard on phones to read it. Okay, so I'll repeat it. A couple times. Is the music too loud? I just want to be able to, so everybody can hear. Yeah, how dare you? I want everybody to be able to hear my voice when I repeat the question. So let me know if the music's too loud, because I can turn it down a little bit. It's all good. All right, perfect. Okay, let's end this and we'll go back to 33. Shame on me. Sorry. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, that was a good agree.
70% agree. 70% agree. Fantastic. All right, I'll go back to my number 33. 33. All right. Actually, I should have done this one.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
All right. The WSU tips became irrelevant to them only after they got the video footage from Pullman and spotted the 2014-2016 white Hyundai Elantra, leaving and then returning to Pullman on the night of the crime, or because of the forensic genealogy report having the same name as those WSU tips. That is a long... I got to put the poll up here. Hang on one second. Hang on a second, crew. What was it? Q33.
Yes.
Okay. We got it. All in lowercase because I hit my caps lock. All right. Poll is at the top. I'm going to reread it again for people that are on their phone. The WSU tips became irrelevant.
No, relevant.
Relevant. I'm sorry. The WSU tips became relevant to them only after they got the video footage from Pullman and spotted the 2014 to 2016 white Hyundai Elantra, leaving, then returning to Pullman on the night of the crimes, or because of the forensic genealogy report having the same name as the WSU tips. So Jet Set is asking, why is there even music playing? For what purpose on a true crime talk show? Well, we're doing an audience interactive vote and have a little background music instead of sitting here like this. Kind of helps pass the time and let people vote and think about and stimulate some thinking in their brain. So that's why we're doing music. And you know what? It's my fucking channel. So we're going to play music tonight. All right. Let's end this poll. 58% agree. 58% agree. 58% agree. I'm saucy. I've been saucy the past couple of streams, Laura. I've been saucy.
I know.
Yeah. It's my channel. It's my platform. All right. 35. Let me get the poll at the top. Q35. Everybody's loving it. Love when I say it's my platform. All right. Number Q or opinion 35. He wasn't on the radar until after he was back in Pennsylvania. So the FBI was not following him, nor were the Indiana stops related to the investigation. So I'll read that again while we play our music. He wasn't on the radar until after he was back in Pennsylvania. So the FBI was not following him, nor were the Indiana stops related to the investigation. Give the audience a couple minutes on this one, or a couple more seconds. All right, let's end that one up. And we got, I think everybody's liking my spiciness lately. 77% disagree.
Oh,
77% disagree.
very interesting.
So Jet Set said, I guess my mind is active enough, so I don't need music while I'm trying to learn. I'm old.
Aw.
Now I feel bad. I was spicy. I was spicy. Lo says, give him hell. No, we'll calm down. Oh, hey, man, they love it. They love the spice. Everybody loves the spice. Maybe I'm too calm. Maybe I need to be crazier. Let my crazy. I wouldn't say spicy. I'd say a little saucy, not quite spicy. Look at all the peppers. I love it. You guys are great. You guys make it so great. So great. All right. Let's get through this. Enough of my blabbering. All right. Well, what are we on? 36?
36.
All right. Okay, y'all. Let's read this. All right. Forensic genealogy was done by the lab in Texas, most likely the famous. Help me with that one. I can't read it. Othram. But I'm not 100% convinced their work was completed before investigators already considered Kohberger a person of interest. I'm going to read that again. Forensic genealogy was done by a lab in Texas, most likely the famous Othram lab, but I'm not 100% convinced their work was completed before investigators already considered Kohberger a person of interest. Believe it or not, there's been a new document that that outlines a lot of this forensic DNA evidence, and that's something that Laura and I will get into at a later stream. So I'll read it one more time before we close up the poll. Forensic genealogy was done by a lab in Texas, most likely the famous Othram lab. But I'm not 100% convinced their work was completed before investigators already considered Kohberger a person of interest. We're going to end that one up. And the results are... Where's my results? Is there a delay in the chat? Do you see them? Did they come through?
No. Oh, there they are.
Agree.
Agree 58%.
All right.
I think once we go through the new documents and look through it, I think this might be proven false.
False. I was just thinking that just before you said that.
As of right now, like I know the majority of us have not had a chance to go through the new documents, but I really have to read over it because the one is 33 pages long, and wow, it was like I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything. I'm on page 12, I think.
So CD says these are terribly written questions. Yeah, these were just kind of some opinions that were thrown out there. We did not write them. It was just something we thought was interesting that we could share with the audience and maybe make like an interactive presentation out of it. Again, they're not the language is not crazy. It's not correct. I think these are just some thoughts and theories that had been thrown out there, and we just thought we could make it a interactive presentation out of it.
And like you said before, they might be even better if we could have some viewer submitted ones for the future.
Yeah, so we'll do that. Maybe at the end of the show, I'll give out my email address, and if I can get. I always say this, I'm like, oh, let's do it. And then I get like 5 questions. I can't make a show out of that. But maybe between us mods and some of the audience presentation, we can get together another kind of opinions that may come true in the end, or some thoughts that may come true, and maybe do another one of these where we type it up and put all that together. So all right, let's move on to the next one here. So 37, I'm going to start doing the chat. I don't know if you can read that one, Laura.
Okay, the trash bins were on the curb, so they were fair game for a warrantless search. It being a private road in an HOA doesn't matter. Under Pennsylvania rules, once it's on the curb, it's considered abandoned.
Okay.
Now, I live in Pennsylvania, so yeah.
So I'll reread it again. The trash bins were on the curb, so they were fair game for a warrantless search. It began a private road. Wait, it being in a... I'll do this over again. Fuck. The trash bins were on the curb, so they were fair game for a warrantless search. It being a private road in an HOA doesn't matter. Under Pennsylvania rules, once it's on the curb, it's considered abandoned. I did, Danielle. I got your email. Thank you so much. I'm going to get your gift card out to you on Friday. I hope you got my reply, because I did reply. Well, we'll answer this while everybody's voting. Laura, the question that John has is the question I have is, what did she say to Adam? You know what, Laura? Adam knows everything.
Adam does know everything.
Adam knows everything.
I believe it was something superfluous. Like, it was just, it was probably something about Jack.
I don't think it's any groundbreaking information or evidence in this case. It's probably kids just talking. The joke on my channel is this: when Adam's name comes up, because Adam is the bartender, and usually in movies and stuff like that, the bartender knows everything that goes on, and the joke is Adam knows everything. So maybe it's not as funny to the audience, but we find it funny. All right. 86% believe agree. 86% agree. All right, we got a couple more here. I just want to take a moment here to pause really quick and thank everybody for coming in and checking out this part 2 to this interactive presentation. We've had a lot of fun with this. I know Laura and I really enjoy doing this, and maybe we can do this more on a regular, have kind of an interactive night. We all can come in and we'll put together some of these presentations again and do this. And just to test and see what the results are at the end of this. If you're a new subscriber over here, just want to remind everybody, if you're watching live, you will see the live chat, and on replays, you'll see the highlighted chats that I'll bring up and kind of talk to or about. If you're watching this on the replay, you can go down there and hit in the comment section #replay. I would appreciate it. Then what I do is I download these and I'll load these up a couple of days later and kind of shoot them back out into the algorithm for a replay purpose. So if you're not seeing these live. Also, I want to thank Laura for doing these with me. Thank all my mods in the chat, all the regulars over here, all the channel members that are in the chat this evening. I actually did a channel members only video today. If you haven't gone over and you're a paid member of the channel, please go over and check out that. It's kind of a message to my supporters. I took a little time this afternoon and put a video together for you all. I'm going to plan to hopefully do one of those a week right now and just kind of give back to all of you, maybe give you some insights as to what's going to be featured on the channel, so you get some kind of preview into what kind of themes we'll be doing or stories that we'll be doing here. And I also think, I was actually talking about this today with Laura, I think maybe for the month of July, I may back off of Idaho for a little while and just there are some other cases out there that I really want to focus on and put some time into. And maybe if there's just not anything groundbreaking in Idaho, or if something groundbreaking happens in Idaho, we'll come on and do an Idaho stream. But I personally, I need to kind of withdraw a little bit from it and digest some more of this. And, I haven't made haven't made my mind completely up on that yet, but I might go ahead, Laura.
I hate to interrupt you, Brian, but also looking at other cases sometimes sheds light onto the way we think about Idaho, since it is the forefront right now. But looking at other cases can help us, critically think about other things that come up, or oh, hey, well, I saw this in this case, and I know we have plenty of some of our members that have even brought that up. AZ brings up some other cases, and he has some good stuff, and Josh and Tsunami and all, and Chosen Rosen, and Candy, like everybody has like these cases they push to us, and there's some really good cases out there that are just mind blowing, like crazy ones. So I think the month of July we could really find some other cases just to interest the viewers.
Yeah, Jessica makes a great point. She says some of the other channels are getting really thirsty, reaching big time. And I think she's referring to Idaho. And, listen, and this is why I urge everybody to go over and read those legal documents. I think that there's a lot of shit that's put out there that's not correct. I get it. We live in a society where we love deep, dark secrets. That's not any type of secret. We love conspiracy, and we love the sexiness of the possibilities that it could be. But when it all comes down to this, you have to think, 4 people were murdered. At the end of the day, 4 people were murdered. And when people make up all this type of shit about these people, it's not right. And you don't know anything about these people, and you don't know what happened that night. Now, yes, we have our theories. We hear, and I say this all the time on Let's Talk Live, when we get into any of these types of cases, and Brooke, I will recognize you in a second, but I'll just bring that up so I don't forget. But, what we do here is we base everything off legal documents, factual things that have happened that we know of, that are put out there for the public to look at, and we base our opinions off of that. I know people get probably tired of me saying that, but I have to say that for the new viewers as well. And, just some things there's a lot of things that bother me about this case, the drug theories, and there's multiple people involved. And I just flipped out about Bryan Kohberger the other day. Leave that guy alone. Let him rest in peace. You would think by now, if any of these other things were right or corrected, there would be someone that would be arrested by now, or evidence would be brought into this case. You would see a legal document that's filed. Let these people rest in peace. It bothers me. It bothers me that people will pop up with these YouTube channels and start saying things that are just not true. How do you, and I'm going on a rant, and I'm sorry. I personally myself cannot put something out there that I would not feel good about and literally lay my head on the pillow at night and say, yeah, feel great about that one. These are people that are just popping up and doing things for clicks and views. And it's even going to get worse now, because YouTube has now lowered its monetization standards, where before you used to have 1,000 subscribers. Now you can have 500 and only 3,000 hours of watch time. So you're going to get really crazy fucking people that pop up now on YouTube. I don't know, Laura, help me out. How am I right in saying any of this? Am I right in saying any of this? I don't know if she's here. She might have had to pop off a second. Yeah, she's popped off. I see her mic is muted. She probably listening, but we'll get her opinion when she comes back. But I just really feel it bothers me. It really bothers me on this stuff. All right, let's go back here. Brooke has become a new channel member. I appreciate you, Brooke. Thank you so much. We appreciate that over here. We'll give her the... Thank you. But
I'm back, Brian. I heard what you said. Well, last night I fell asleep watching something on YouTube, probably Idaho related. And at one point in the middle of the night, I woke up. The TV was still on. It was on YouTube, and there was a channel, and I was so disoriented. I was freaked out because of the channel, and I'm not going to name names or really anything, but let's just say it freaks me out. Like I was like, "What is this?" And it was creepy, and it was talking about Idaho, and then I, middle of the night, got up, went to the bathroom. At one point, I was so disoriented and freaked out by that, I walked into the wall. I thought I was going to wake up with a black eye this morning because, like, some of this stuff was so far out that I was still listening to. And I was like, what is going on? It's like 2 a.m. and I think I'm going to have a black eye and I'm creeped out now. And yeah, so yeah, it was just too much. It's, yeah. So
See, the thing about Bryan Kohberger that everybody keeps bringing up, and I've looked into this, and I'm sorry, I'll go back and probably deep dive this again, but because he's military, they don't have to release anything about that. Now, again, according to Washington law, and I could be wrong on this, I'm not going to factually state it, but I think that I looked into this before, and because of his military status, it's kind of like a military investigation. And I could be wrong on this, but I think that I went back and deep dived this before. And I'm sure that I'm going to hear about this shit in the comments. I know that an hour and 6 minutes in, everybody, like, you're so fucking wrong. You're so this and that. But I could swear that I read something because I read the law on it because of it's to protect military or something like that. And again, this was like months ago. And, maybe someone knows in the chat, but again, I could be wrong on that. Don't stake me on it. I know I'm probably going to get eaten alive in the comments because that's the one thing that someone will find about the stream and be like, yeah, but anyway, I digress. But I'm going to look back into that again. But, listen, I don't think he had anything to do with it. I think it was just circumstance. There was a lot of circumstantial things that happen. And I think what happens when things like that happen, people tend to hyper focus on those because, oh my God, like this happened, or, whatever the other ones that are out there, the weird stuff. Anyway, I digress. We'll move on to, sorry, Laura.
okay.
I lose it sometimes.
All right.
Reel me back in.
Reel me back in. Let's go back to 38 and wrap this up.
All right. Just like, move on. All right. 38. Where are we at? The Idaho State Lab found and analyzed the DNA on the sheath, not the lab in Texas. Vote at the top. Vote at the top. Vote at the top. Now I'm really curious and I want to go back and look at that because I could swear I found something about that in the Washington state law. He is a war hero. He fought for this country. So beautiful messy balls asking, Brian, if BK's a killer, do you think that's possible that BK knew Brent and was trying to set him up as a fall guy that caused him to have some sort of episode that day on his death? No, I don't. I think there's no connection to BK and BK. Just don't. That's just my opinion. You can have yours, but no, I don't think so. All right, let's end this chat here. Well, question, sorry. 52% disagree. Don't worry, Laura. You only got a couple more.
I know. But I think the new document actually talks about that.
Yeah.
So I think this one will have to be debunked.
Right. Okay. 39. Q39. 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 Agree,
This is
disagree.
the same one as 38.
Whoops. We got a double. All right, go to 40.
Okay, let's go to 40.
All right. The Idaho State Lab was not the lab in Texas. Analyzed the trash from Pennsylvania, found male DNA, and compared it to the sheath DNA, determining the trash DNA was the father of the sheath DNA. So I'm not going to restart the poll. That's going to be for question 40. I know it says 39, but it's for 40. So I'll reread it again. The Idaho State Lab, not the lab in Texas, analyzed the trash from Pennsylvania, found male DNA, and compared it to the sheath DNA, determining the trash DNA was the father of the sheath DNA. No, absolutely. I know you're not. I know you have a lot of questions. I get it. You listen, when you ask questions, it's always very respectful. We're not trashing you. We like you being here, and no, you're always respectful in the way that you say things. You got the duplicate in there.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, no, she's all good. You're all good. You're all good. All right, let's wrap this one up. 57% agree. 57% agree. All right, we got 4 more, and then we're going to give our final and wrap this up, and it's going to probably take us right to about an hour 30, which is great.
Perfect.
Good timing. And then Laura's going to get some rest. All right, what are we? Q41?
Q41.
Agree, disagree. Maybe. Okay, I'll read it. The trash DNA was presumed to be Michael Kohberger's DNA, as he was the only male Kohberger in the house with an adult son, which meant the sheath DNA had to be from Bryan. That gave them probable cause for an arrest, but that's not evidence. But that's not evidence for a trial. All right, we'll reread that. The trash DNA was presumed to be Michael Kohberger's DNA, as he was the only male Kohberger in the house with an adult son, which meant the sheath DNA had to be from Bryan. That gave them probable cause for an arrest, but that's not evidence for a trial. All right, we'll give this a couple more seconds. All right, I'm going to end that one there. And 55% agree. 55% agree.
Huh?
All right. All right. Where are we at? 42?
42.
All right. All right, we're going to finish this one up, and then we'll give our kind of parting statement or parting words. All right, 42. Investigators took swabs from Bryan Kohberger after his arrest, and his DNA matched the sheath DNA, which is evidence for a trial. And actually, the new document, I believe, talks about this. The investigators took swabs from Bryan Kohberger's arrest after his arrest, and the DNA matched the sheath DNA, which is evidence for a trial. Which I think when you're arrested and charged, they take a buccal swab nowadays anyway. So,
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it's almost standard. Yeah. Basically, a trash sample means the true buccal swab sample direct from a suspect. Right. Victorine's liking the music. All right, we're going to close this one up. Whoa, a lot of people agree on this one. 89% agree. 89% agree. Okay, where are we at? Q30, Q43, agree, disagree. You want to take this one?
Sure. Victim's DNA was found in his car.
Ooh.
Victim's DNA was found in his car.
So this can be an opinion that could be proved true during or after or during the trial. I'm really curious how the audience is going to vote on this one. Let's give a little bit more time on this one for everybody to vote. The victim's DNA was found in his car. The victim's DNA was found in his car. Vote is at the top. Agree, disagree, or maybe. You know what's weird, Laura?
What's that?
So I have the new mic boom stand. I'm loving the position of the mic. But for some reason, it's made me more like relaxed having the mic here. Like I feel just free. I don't know. It's like, and I have felt it the last 2 shows. What is that about? Maybe this music's relaxing me too.
Maybe it's music.
It's the music. All right. We're going to end that one. Wow. 46% agree. 46% agree. 46% agree. All right. Going to the last two. All right. They have proof he purchased a K-bar knife shortly before the crime. They have proof he purchased a K-bar knife shortly before the crime. They have proof he purchased a K-bar knife shortly before the crime. This one, I'm going to be really curious to see the answer on this one too. All right. And that one up. Excuse me. 64% agree. Wow. 64% of the chat agree. Okay. The last one. And again, Laura, thank you so much for doing this with
You're
me.
welcome.
It's been a lot of fun. I think the audience has really liked this, and I definitely want to put another one of these together. I love this participation. Okay. The last one for this evening. Forensics analysis of his actual cell phone revealed his location during those missing 3 hours on the night of the crime. Forensics analysis of his actual cell phone revealed his locations during those missing 3 hours on the night of the crime. Last one to vote at the top. And then we're going to wrap this one up for the evening. We made good time. I didn't think we were going to get through these.
Yeah, we made a really good time, but we're old pros at this by now.
No. So Iris says, I highly doubt they can prove BK purchased the knife used in the murders.
Oh.
Credit card purchases, receipts, Amazon accounts, eBay accounts, camera footage. It's a pretty good paper trail, huh, Laura?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I don't know. All right, we're going to end the poll on that one. The final answer for this evening is 56% agree. 56% agree. All right, let's go back to the beginning, because you know how I like to go back to the beginning.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. I think, can we count these really quick? Agree versus disagree? So let's count the agrees first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 agrees. Wow, it's almost like half and half.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's look at the disagrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That was a repeat. 14. So what did I say? 23 agree, 14 disagree, and let's look at the maybes. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So overwhelming response, it's agree with a lot of the theories that are out there. And I think they're ones that are pretty, a lot of the ones that are agree is probably where I stand on this as well too. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the new documents today will change a little bit, but other than that, yeah.
That was a great presentation over these last 2 streams. And I don't know. I think that's going to wrap up this episode. I
Yes.
want to do this really real quick before everybody runs out of here. If you are a channel member or a new channel member, I'm going to try to do weekly videos for channel members. And I actually did one today. I'm going to drop that link in the chat. So if you're a channel member and you haven't watched that video that I dropped in the chat is for you. And then also I'm going to be back on, when's my next stream? My next stream is Friday night. We're going to talk about the Idaho, I have Idaho in my head. The Ohio dad accused of killing his 3 sons. So we need to look into that case. Very, very touchy subject, but we'll get into it here. Chad Doerman, I think it's Doerman. I think the last time I looked, I may be pronouncing his last name wrong. I apologize, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that on Friday. Thank you all for watching this evening. We had a really great time. We're going to do more of these going forward. Maybe we'll pick a designated night where we do these interactive streams. And it seems like overwhelmingly everybody really loves this. So we're definitely going to do this again. Drop your comments down below after this video post. I really would appreciate to let us know if you enjoy these, and we'll keep doing them if you do. I think it was a really good exercise in critical thinking and gauges that, where everybody is. But again, I'm Brian. This is Let's Talk Live. My co-host Laura on the Idaho episode. She's been fantastic. And all my mods in the chat, thank you so much for moderating this evening. All the new people that have come in, all the old people that have been here. And we will keep doing this. We'll keep getting through this. I have many, many other things to get to in our on this channel and on this podcast. So thank you all so much. Again, we're signing off. Have a great night. I'll see you back here on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good night.